them they're not real women.
25
They
years
care
ago,
for your babies
25 years
and
ago,
respected
I
your
became
humanity.
the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. I
So call
fought
her
my
name
way
right.
through it.
So pronounce her name
blood,
right.
sweat,
Let
and
me
tears.
actually
So pronounce her name
and
right.
Kamala Harris.
Anna Kasparian and her co-host on the Young Turks, John Iadarola, got in a pretty heated debate about MAGA right-winger Nancy Mace mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name. Anna Kasparian was particularly testy over this, with her really pushing back against John Iadarola, and Anna Kasparian defending Nancy Mace. This is something that could prove to be just more evidence to those on the left who feel that Anna Kasparian is continually moving further and further to the right. So we're going to take a look at clips from the Young Turks, as well as a clip from CNN. I'll share my thoughts from time to time. This one's pretty good. Let's get into it.
Daisy Dragon says, no, Anna, I disagree. She does mean to mispronounce her name, and she does mean it to be disrespectful. Well, we should throw her in prison.
Whose name was
for it.
mispronounced?
Nancy Mace mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name and making the grave error of saying Kamala instead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a grave error. I think it's a petty, immature thing to continue to do.
Okay.
I think it should be beneath any adult.
I don't think she intentionally mispronounced her name, but whatever. It's everyone can think what they want to think.
She already went through a news cycle of this like a month and a half ago, 2 months
I
ago.
know, but it's hard to remember because different people say it differently.
She's the vice president. No, this person only says it this way.
I literally had to remember that it's Kamala because someone told me, think of comma and then just say la.
That's what the kids did, the DNC. Look, you're not trying to do anything on purpose.
No, I get
I'm
it,
saying
but like
she is, because she's a bad person.
Okay, so for context, I'm going to drop in the clip from CNN if you're not familiar with this story, so you can see exactly what took place here with Nancy Mace on CNN with a panel of other commentators.
But the same reruns, Donald Trump is in a very vulnerable
Talk
position.
about rerun. Kamala's.
You had it right. You almost got it.
I will say Kamala's name any way that I want to.
No,
but
you mispronounce her and you also misjudge her.
I just did, and I'll do it again.
Mispronouncing her name.
That's a refusal to acknowledge her humanity.
If I purposely mispronounce your name, that would not be appropriate.
Policies are Joe Biden's policies. She owns it.
You're normalizing that kind of viciousness, man.
33 times.
She was the deciding vote.
She was the vice president on Joe Biden's bill. She was 33 times the deciding vote on Joe Biden's bills in the Senate.
Let me just say this, because this Congresswoman is a wonderful human being. But when you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a racist.
That is complete.
No, you don't have to intend racism to accomplish
you are intending that
your
I'm
disrespect
racist,
of Kamala Harris is part and parcel of a tradition of disrespect.
Why can't you just, Congresswoman? Why can't you just?
I'm not calling you a racist. I'm saying what the practice is racist.
You are. You absolutely are.
Let me get
No, what's disgusting is your disrespect of her.
Professor.
This gentleman said, I didn't know her name. He's trying to do it.
Is her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
white women don't have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is to tell them they're not real women.
25 years ago,
they care for your babies.
25 years ago, I became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. I fought my way through it.
So pronounce her name right.
Let me actually
pronounce her name right.
Kamala Harris.
Okay, I think you get the idea here. So in this clip here, Nancy Mace says, I can say her name however I want to. So that to me is not just an honest mistake, which is what Anna Kasparian seems to be saying, that, people have been pronouncing her name differently for quite a while now. So maybe she just didn't know. Maybe she just didn't, she forgot or whatever. Okay, an honest mistake, that could happen. But if you have people saying, no, the name is pronounced like this, and Nancy Mace says, I can say it whatever way I want, that's being done on purpose. And if this were just a single incident of somebody on the right doing this, but it's not. You have right-wing pundits and right-wing politicians mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name over and over and over again. It's a strategy. They're doing it on purpose. It's the same as when they say Democrat Party instead of Democratic Party. And like John Iadarola is saying, it's childish. This is just the kind of things that children in middle school or junior high school would do. And this is what the right wingers and MAGA engage in now.
It's not like there's 30 Kamala/Kamalas in like music and movies, and Nancy Mace is like, okay, well, in this one it's that one, and this one it's this and maybe Miss Marvel. And I don't think she pays attention to Miss Marvel. I think she's just doing it on purpose. Again, it doesn't matter compared to all the other things Nancy Mace does.
Look,
it's the least important thing, but
focus on those
petty.
things. Nancy Mace, like she has power in the United States Congress.
Don't focus on anything. Talk about everything. That's what we do.
Look, I just feel like there's way too many hucksters in cable television who make a nice living by going around calling all sorts of people racist, which tears the country apart and is not helpful. Okay, Michael Eric Dyson happens to be one of those people. He gets under my skin because
Was he in that clip? I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, it's just what he does. Like, it's just so annoying because there are issues in the country, okay, that do impact people of color. But going around and immediately accusing someone simply because they're light-skinned and mispronounce someone's name, immediately accusing them of perpetuating white supremacy in the country is insane to me and does not do anything to bring us together at all.
I think with her specifically, there's a lot of additional context.
Okay, she's a white supremacist. She's perpetuating white supremacism. Like,
I'm just saying she has herself had this exact same thing multiple times.
Okay.
It seems willful at that point, is what I would say.
All right, it's willful, John. It's willful. Let's throw her in prison, everybody.
It's not. I don't want to throw her in prison.
I'm just
maybe
sick
for a weekend.
of this conversation.
A 3-day weekend in
honest with
prison.
you. Okay, 3-day weekend.
I'm just saying when people are she's doing it intentionally to send a signal to some people, either to anger us or because she knows racists like it.
She started her statement on that CNN panel by saying Kamala, and then thought she said it wrong. So then she said Kamala, and then.
Okay, I would disagree with Anna Kasparian here. The way I view that clip is she knows that it's Kamala and she just slipped up. She was wanting to say Kamala and then she screwed up and actually said it correctly, Kamala, and she knows that doesn't work as red meat for the MAGA base and she changed it quickly. That's the way I look at it. I don't know how Anna Kasparian can say that this was just an honest mistake in terms of her saying it incorrectly when she says I can say it whatever way I want. If you're somebody who is doing something in good faith and you're saying, oh, okay, I want to pronounce the name correctly, you're not going to say, oh, I can say it however I want to. So I don't really know why Anna Kasparian is coming to bat for her here. And you know, Anna Kasparian keeps making these snide comments about, oh, put her in jail and she's a white supremacist and all this. And John is being very calm here. John Iadarola is being very calm and making valid points, I think. So, I know a lot of people don't like Anna Kasparian now. I see it in the comments all the time. And this, definitely gives credence to the people who think that she's shifting to the right. I agree with Anna Kasparian, and John Iadarola is saying this a bit here too. Is this the most important thing in the world? No, there are all kinds of more important subjects than this, but TYT talks about things that aren't the most important subjects in the world. I mean, I know Anna Kasparian wants to talk about just what is happening in the Middle East all the time, but there are other things that aren't as important as that, but that can be discussed. And if this were just a single incident of Nancy Mace doing this, I think you could just brush it under the rug, but the entire Republican Party it's a strategy of theirs to say Kamala Harris's name incorrectly on purpose. They're all doing it, whether that's meant to be racist, if that's a racist dog whistle, or just to try to make Kamala Harris seem lesser in the eyes of others. But it's all part of this game, like I said, of saying Democrat Party.
Before she could say anything else,
I didn't see the clip, so maybe you're right.
Everyone jumped on her.
Maybe you're right.
Everyone jumped on her.
Again, I agree with you that like randomly calling people for nothing racist is not helpful, but I also don't think it's my job to sanitize people that I think are racist.
All right.
I think there's a position between those two things.
What else has she done that you think makes her racist?
Makes her racist? I don't know. I don't think she's done that I think make her awful. Racist, I don't know.
for sure. But no, everyone is definitely sure that she did it on purpose because she's racist. Okay, so what else has she done to help bolster that?
Wait, we're about to.
Okay.
I don't even necessarily know that I don't even necessarily agree with Anna Kasparian that everyone is saying she did this because she's racist. I would agree with John Iadarola that she did this because she's an awful person. And MAGA and all of these politicians and pundits, they're just petty. I would love to be in a world that Anna Kasparian wants to be in. I'm right there, where we just have discussions about policy and it's none of this nonsense like this. But this is what MAGA and the Republicans are engaging in all the time, doing things like purposely mispronouncing the vice president's name because they think it's funny or they think it gets under the skin of Democrats and the left, whatever the reason, or it's racist. Whatever the reason is, Republicans like Nancy Mace are doing this over and over and over again. And I would have to think that Anna Kasparian sees through this. But what do you think? Make sure to leave a comment on this. Why do you think Anna Kasparian is defending Nancy Mace here? Do you think this is just part of her continuing to move to the right? Or maybe you agree with Anna Kasparian. Maybe she's totally correct. Or do you agree with John Iadarola here as I do? I think John Iadarola is totally right on this one. Make sure to leave me a comment. Give me a like and subscribe. Your subscribes are helping the channel to grow quickly. I've gained a ton of subscribers just in the last couple of weeks. And it's all because of you and your likes and subscribes. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so I can bring out more content like this. This is Chris on Culture. I will see you in the next video.